is going to pay. The person who gets fined at those meters is going to pay. Where is this? You know the figures. I've seen the figures. Where's this thing going to come from to pay this $20 million? It's the taxpayer. It's the person who wants to visit downtown. It's the person who works downtown who's going to get robbed. Robbed. And what I would like the board, and I'm asking publicly, I would like to see a copy of J.J. Murphy's resume. Where is this man qualified to do this? And I believe when there was a transition committee, there was a lawsuit filed, and information was in that lawsuit that the transition committee said not to hire J.J. Murphy as the city administrator. That's the opinion, or that's what I heard. It was in a lawsuit. So my question to this board is, what could we do to stop this? It's the taxpayers that are going to get robbed. And my understanding is that there were certain meetings with certain people with the mayor. The city of Wilkes-Barre is $100 million in debt. We are going to end up being a distressed city. And this is to save the city. This money, we need this money. And that's what this is about, to save it. The problem is, who's going to pay for this? It's the people that park, and it's the taxpayers. And I'm asking you people to just look at the comments that have been printed on the internet. The mayor is nothing, in my opinion, nothing more than a gangster.
How much more? And here's on one piece, the answer is, under the Desmond contract, $5,000 until the day that the authority decides to move forward. So, in other words, it's not, it's that. The other thing that's important to note, and this is, you know, just looking at other parking concession deals, the fee that one party who was in our spot on the Pittsburgh parking concession, you know what they were to receive?
Yes.
$3 million.
Pittsburgh went bankrupt too.
But that's, we're not Pittsburgh. This is Wilkes-Barre.
No, I appreciate that, and our deal is smaller, but I'm just saying that that is to do a parking concession, and that doesn't even include the legal fees that were involved, which were $500,000. So that said, that's what cities do for the opportunity to get $20 million where they don't have to raise taxes. Interesting enough. Now what's your question?
Now the question.
Yes, sir.
We're hiring Desmond. Or
Yes,
you
sir.
want us to hire Desmond?
Yes, sir.
First, I see $100,000 in there. Correct? Correct? That's
Yeah.
what's in there. I just noticed it quickly. I know we didn't have I never saw this before. Okay. Now, you want us to pay them $100,000. Isn't, again, like I said at the last meeting, the cart before the horse? Shouldn't we have hired Desmond right at the beginning?
Here's the thing. Desmond does certain, they're parking, you know, experts. They don't really, they don't write documents like the ones we do. They don't write RFQs.
Have you ever done one like this
issues.
before?
Pardon?
Have you ever done an RFQ like this before?
Yes,
You
we
have exactly like this?
Pretty close. We've done a number.
For this type of city?
Yeah, well, we were involved in Pittsburgh's on that one. We actually were responding.
It's Pittsburgh.
Oh, you mean?
But you
for
said
like
you were on the
Wilkes-Barre?
bidder side. You were on the bidder
Yeah,
side.
on Wilkes-Barre, yeah, we've actually done it twice.
But you
before.
did an RFQ like this before.
Oh, twice in Wilkes-Barre, to be honest with you. So that's
All right,
among my.
okay. Anyway.
Okay, but your point, and the 100,000, Ed, I would say that's not the right number. I would say the right number under this is $5,000 that we need to pay them, and that's all. And then after that, if
You have,
yes, sir.
in fairness to you and
Yes,
to
sir.
the authority and to the public, it's not $5,000. $5,000 is simply a toe in the water. The fact is that if there is an engagement of Desmond, it will be for the number that's stated in this agreement, which I haven't had a chance to review. But it is, as I looked at it briefly, it's an additional lump sum fee. It's a lump sum fee of $100,000 for phase one, and an additional lump sum fee of $115 plus expenses for phase two.
Exactly.
This contract's going to be released to the public, so there's no point in talking about a $5,000
Well, but then-
commitment. It will.
yeah.
Let me finish. I'm not disputing your suggestion that the $5,000 is the initial fee, but we want to be entirely open and very transparent.
Sure.
If we're upset now with the work that's been done and all of this, why would we put them on suspension with the hopes that maybe we'll resume with them again? If we're not gonna pay them, then why would we put them on suspension? Why would we put them on suspension? Why would we put them on suspension with the hopes that maybe we'll resume with them again?
Well, because, well, I mean, I think
Why don't we just stop it?
Yes. First of all, that's a board, that's an authority decision. You can't pose a question to me.
Okay, I'm just
I can
trying
only
to.
tell you that, if that's what, if the authority can do whatever it wishes and can have a discussion with Mr. Wallstetter, and frankly, if that's the subject of discussion, you can either have a private discussion with him on that subject, or you can move to do, the authority can move to do whatever it wants. But I don't think it's fair to Fox Rothschild to put in the position of saying, we're going to suspend you without their approval, and when you have a contract in place to which they're a party. Do you understand? I don't think you
I
can
don't know, I
suspend.
guess I'm not understanding.
You can't, Ed's motion was to suspend it. Your motion, your view is that the contract should be terminated. There's a difference.
Okay.
The
We're only
suspend-
suspending it, if assuming they agree with us, until we get some other information.